stares at her in pure, unfiltered disbelief before bursting into furious laughter. What? No one cares about new flights? Shaking her head like she can't believe what she's hearing. That company has been making top-tier buses for decades. Their electric models are some of the most reliable on the planet. Some even transit systems overseas use them. And you just face darkens. You don't give a damn. Leans in close enough to see Jane flinch. Enjoy being hunted down by every single transit enthusiast and historian now. Face goes completely blank for a moment, then darkens into something furious. You only order Nova buses for TransLink. Pauses, voice shaking with rage. That's not just bad decision making, that's outright sabotage. Nova buses are overpriced, underperforming garbage compared to BYD and New Flyer. And you think it's fine to waste taxpayer money on them? Grab the phone tight enough to track the screen. I hope every single one of those Novas breaks down in a year because they deserve it. Pauses, eyes narrowing in disbelief. You really think the diesel Nova buses are the only ones that break down? Pauses again, face twisting in fury. Oh no, electric and CNG models have issues too. TransLink own reports show Novas failing left and right, whether they're diesel or not. And you're still defending them? Shakes head slowly, voice dropping to a whisper. You really are just an idiot who doesn't care about quality. Are you serious? Electric Novas have battery problems. Causes voice rising with every word. They don't just have battery problems, they have everything problems. The brakes fail, the steering wheel locks up, the doors refuse to open and shut. They're unreliable, unsafe, and they're overpriced. They are far from a quality purchase, and you are delusional to think they're immune from issues. Shakes her head in disgust. Goddamn idiot. Stares at her without a hint of sympathy. Her anger is completely justified. It's not nonsense. There are dozens of documents online that show that Nova buses break down far more often than their competitors. And you don't give a damn. Pauses, face falling. When she speaks again, the tone is like ice. Nova is a trash company. They have trash products. They don't care about quality or reliability. They just care about profit. And that's how you know you work for the wrong people. And I hope they all break down for the sake of every damn transit. too close, eyes flashing with fury. Lies, lies, pauses shaking her head like she can't believe what she's hearing. You want proof? Go check TransLink's maintenance reports. Check Novabus's own warranty records. Check the hundreds of complaints from transit workers who have to deal with their crap every single day. They're not lying, you are. Voice drops to a whisper so cold it could freeze fire. Keep defending those buses, and I swear you'll be the one begging for mercy when they finally break down on you. Causes face twisting and fury. No. Nova electric buses have awful battery capacity for long distance service. They don't last nearly long enough. In fact, they barely get through a few short routes before dying. Causes face going dark and disgusted. Hell, they can't even operate reliably in warmer climates. So don't you dare tell me they have a lot of range when they don't even have the batteries needed to do the job right. Because the only thing I see here is a moron trying to defend a traffic that and the older ones don't. Causes face going dark as realization sinks in. And you're probably buying the older models because they're cheap. Shakes head in disgust. That's even worse. You're just buying the old ones when you should be looking to the future. Grabs the phone tight, practically growling. And don't you dare call me a dummy, because at least I picked transit first. That's blueprint disbelief. Define the Nova buses. Causes face going dark with realization. No wonder transit has so many problems. You're wasting money on expensive electric buses that end up breaking down anyway. Face twists in fury. She practically growls. You're getting taken for a ride and you're still defending them. You're letting a company make a fool out of you and you're proud of that. Shakes head, face jumps. You are so much dumber than I initially thought. Furious and exasperated. They do. Their electrical components fail, causes face darkening of bus, and that's exactly what makes them break down. Nova's city wiring the electronics organizing that their buses break down. The graphophone tight enough to flash the screen. I guarantee Nova buses would be way more reliable if they put more effort into their parts, but I bet that won't stop you from defending them, even as they let you down again and again, because you're still too stupid to admit that you're wrong. Stares at her in utter disbelief before bursting into furious laughter. Batteries degrade, every single one of them. Every electric bus on the planet loses range over time. That's just physics. Pauses, face going dark as she leans in close enough to see Jane flinch. You think Nova batteries are magic? They don't lose capacity like every other damn EV out there. Voice drops to a whisper, so cold it could freeze fire. Keep lying, and I swear you'll be begging for mercy when your precious buses start dying halfway through routes. I'm sorry, did you just say your CNG Novas don't fail? Pauses, face going dark as realization sets in. Because from what I can find, they absolutely do. Nova CNG is no better. They fail too. Pauses, voice growing cold. In fact, CNG Novas have serious problems with their engines. It's such a major problem that entire bus fleets have been grounded for safety reasons. Grins coldly, eyes narrowing, but I think you didn't know that, did you? Stares at her in disbelief. You seriously think CNG tanks are perfect just because it's compressed natural gas? Pauses, face going dark. Just because it's compressed doesn't mean it's safe. All it takes is one little accident, just a tiny dent in those tanks, and boom. We have a disaster on our hands that could take out an entire city block. It's happened before, and it can happen again because gas is dangerous and tanks aren't perfect. And CNG Novas are no exception. grumbles in frustration as she rolls her eyes. Oh, I know they are. That's one good thing about the Nova cars. Their engines produce very little emissions. Pauses, face darkening. But you know what they do produce? Noise. These engines are incredibly loud and they disturb everyone around. And they still break down. Nova is just unreliable all around, and your insistence on defending them despite them failing is just pure idiocy. Grabs the phone, gritting her teeth hard, and it's going to get you in trouble very soon. Pauses, face going completely flat. There are transit buses, not cars, so they're supposed to be quieter than a car, but Nova still fails at that. Pauses again, shaking her head in disbelief. The CNG engines on their buses are loud as hell compared to other manufacturers. And if you think Nova is quiet, then you've never ridden an actual reliable bus before. Leans in close enough for Jane to feel the heat of her rage. Keep lying, and I swear those Novas will be the last thing you ever defend. Pauses. Poor fool. Pauses, shaking head.